aspiring models on social media and promising to help them professionally. According to reports, the alleged in the county of Los Angeles, police say he would offer the women help with their careers, and then once they were alone, he would take advantage of them sexually. The 23-year-old's charges include 5 counts of forcible rape, 3 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation. Walker, who was arrested in Van Nuys, California last month, is currently being held on a $1,080,000 bail. His next court date is scheduled for. Read more at theshaderoom.com. Before you respond to this, the charges that they name, 5 counts of forcible rape, 3 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation, were those correct, the charges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when they talk about sexual penetration by a foreign object, what are they alleging you did there?
I don't know that one.
Okay.
For anybody that's been to jail, they know this. But if you haven't been to jail, let's give an example. Mm-hmm. When it comes to sexual assault, I want to use this as a lesson for people that they can learn. Remember when you wrote on the flyer, facing 150 years to life if convicted. Yes. Do you know how I'm facing 150 years when I have no criminal history?
How is that?
They took charges and stacked them on top of each other of the same charge. For example, so if a woman gave her story about what took place, and she says, I grabbed her arm, I penetrated 3 times. Every time I thrust, I'm penetrating, that's a count.
Okay.
They can stack up God knows how many charges. That's why I'm facing 150 years to life. So now, after that post come out, I'm sitting in jail. I'm making calls to my family. You have to understand how I'm feeling, Dr. Umar. I thought I had so many friends in Hollywood, right? First, I call my Hollywood friends to get this out that this is not true. When I tell you I got abandoned, the people I thought were my friends in this business, they abandoned me. Nobody picked up the phone. Nobody picked up the phone. Why? Not because they didn't believe me, but for some reason, when someone is hit with charges, the world runs because everybody are acting like cowards. They do not want to speak about what's really going on. There are women who's actually really getting taken advantage of, and they deserve justice. But there are also people who are lying on people about assault, and they're not getting their justice. That's
Understood.
what happened. That's what
now,
happened.
When they say, help me understand this, Brother Kalen. Yes. They're saying that you reached out to these Instagram models, offered them help with their career. When you got along with them, you took sexual advantage of them. Yes. Okay. You deny that. Tell us what did happen. How did you meet these women, and what were the limits on your interaction with these women? Tell us, what is the truth about your meeting these women on Instagram?
So some of these girls I never met. Some of the girls on the case I have met. But if I see them, you have to understand, I'm at the height of my career. When you're at the height of your career in Hollywood, there is a wave of people that wants to be next to you.
Yes.
I have women in my face. I'm not going to lie, a lot. Some girls will want to be with me sexually. Some girls will want to be with me in long-term relationships. Some girls wanted money from me. When they did not get those things from me, you've heard this term, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Correct. When they didn't get these things from me, or they want to text me and I'm like, oh no, I gotta go, but thank you so much, love. It goes from I like you to you was ugly anyway, or F you then. Pissed off a lot of people. A lot of women got pissed off at me because they wanted me, or if I was around them and I flirted a little bit, but then they got mad. Just being transparent with you.
Understood.
So when Shade Room posted that about me, that gave people ammo. If any woman met me in the past that didn't like me or got rejected or felt the way about me, fuck that guy. Yeah, he probably did it. Of course. And then in the comments, you see he was crazy in the movie. He's definitely crazy in real life. You're taking a movie role that I was told to act in and portraying that like that's the real person. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
They put it to the news like the role in the movie. I'm this psychotic, crazy woman beater, killer, rapist to the news. They didn't post my face. They posted my character's face.
Okay.
That's media manipulation.
Absolutely. Now tell me this. What was the extent of your relationship with these women? Were these like one night stands? I just went on a date. How deeply involved were you with the women who are making the accusations?
So like I said,
Did you see them one time? Was it an ongoing thing?
So some of these women made accusations that I never even known. And some, I want to be transparent. If I had a sexual relationship, I was single. I have the right to be promiscuous.
Right.
I don't owe myself to nobody. If I'm a single man, just like if a woman is single, she has the right to be and spend her time with who she wants to. And if I did that same, I did the same thing. But after, if you want to be with me, or you want a baby from me, or you want money from me, or you want my attention, or you're mad when I don't want to be in a relationship, you do not have the right to falsely accuse me of rape.
Agree.
That's not
agree.
That
what do you think their agenda was with the accusations? The women who came forward?
Money. So a civil suit, and to be like, yo, that's what you get for not messing with me.
Okay.
Yo, any men, listen to me. All the men in here, it is very dangerous to piss a woman off. I gotta understand, men. Every man, I don't care if you're 12, 13, 55. If you're a man, I'm telling you, there is nothing cool about sleeping with tons of women. There's nothing cool about that. All the men in here who got mamas and daddies, when they telling you to watch out and be careful, don't be out here slanging your stuff to everybody, they mean that shit. You need to listen to them. Because I made that mistake, and look where I ended up. So getting back to this, back to the story. I'm in jail. So October 20. So I'm in jail still from September 26th all the way to February 23rd. My bail was $1 million. I stayed quiet for a minute because I just wanted to see what the temperature was like. My bail was $1 million. I bailed out on February 23rd. I bailed out quietly. I didn't post online. I didn't tell nobody about it. The woman I was with and talking to at the time, my birthday's March 28th. I was out clean on bail quietly. The media didn't know I was out. I bailed out silently. On March 25th, so February 23rd, I bailed out. On March 25th, I am laid up. 2019. Yes. I'm in the bed with my lady at that time. We're cuddled up in the bed. But I get bailed out and I'm on ankle monitor. But nobody bothered me for a month. So I thought, okay, maybe I can breathe a little bit. I'm in bed with my lady. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I hear at the door. It's 6 o'clock.
And y'all at her house or your
house? Yes.
Hers.
Her house.
Okay.
I hear a bang. I'm in my drawers, sir. I'm in my drawers. I'm cuddled up with my woman, right? I wake up, but I'm in shock. I'm like, there's something banging. But I'm not assuming that it's people at the door at where I'm at. I come to the door. I go to the door. I tell girl I'm with terrified. Like my lady, I'm at the time terrified, scared to death. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, stay in here. I rush. I go to the door. They're like, open the door now. Open the door now. If you don't open the door, I'm busting it down now. Like losing. I'm panicking. So I'm in my drawers. I'm like, what's going on? I go like this. I've said, I'm coming. I open the door. There's a shotgun, not a small pistol. There's a shotgun aimed at my face. A shotgun. Before I open the door, I knew something bad was about to happen. I give my girl my phone. I say, do not get the cops my phone. Don't give it to him. She goes, okay. They arrest me again, but they let me put some pants on, let me put my shoes on. I come down the stairs. It's 15 cops, and they all got shotguns, and they're back on the phone. We got the culprit back in custody. We have got the culprit back in custody. And I see them go inside my girl at the time's house and say, give me the phone. She's like, I don't know. They're like, give me the phone to her. She's scared. She's in her bra and panties in a robe. She gives them my phone. She gives it to him. Put me back in custody. But I went back in custody in the same place I was before.
Okay, you bailed out clean.
Yes.
Why did they come back to her house to get you, given that you were out on bail clean?
When that press release of Shade Room came out, that racist white cop took every woman caller that called in. She said she had like 200 callers. And she just took a police report of each of them with hearsay evidence, meaning that there's no physical evidence, and stacked them in the corner in case I bailed out to put me back in jail. Because all you need is hearsay and a story to go put a man in jail. That's for any race of man. If a woman said, Dr. Umar, I'm mad at you right now, I'm pissed off. If you took a picture next to her, if you breathed next to her, if you was in the same facility as her, all she has to say is that he did this to me, and they are obligated to have to come arrest you.
So let me ask you this then.
Yes.
Because you were back in jail for a second time before the cops came to your girlfriend's apartment.
Yes.
That was already for 9 charges.
Yes.
So when they came back to her apartment,
they added more.
Is this additional charges on top of the 9?
They added more, sir.
How many more did they add on there? Approximately.
They added like 20 women to my case. They added 20 women.
Okay. Are all those women still on the case to this day?
No. That's where I'm getting at. That's going to lead all the way to the end to why I'm out right now.
Okay.
I'm back in jail now. March 25th. I'm back in jail. I am in jail for 2.5 years. 2019, March 25th, all the way to November of 2020. I just sat there. As I'm sitting in jail, family's not picking up the phone no more. People in the business I thought were my family ain't picking up the phone no more. I'm just sitting there. The world forgot about me. My career in music is gone. I lost my record. My independent record label contract is gone. My management team disappeared on me. The ones who said they had my back for life, they abandoned me. Family abandoned me. I got letters from fans, strangers that I never met before. Fans wrote me letters. I got letters by the hundreds of people saying they love me and we here for you, sending me Bible scriptures. You're going to get through this. All this stuff. Everybody left my side. Do you understand how it feels to be lonely as hell in jail for something you did not do? My career is gone. Gone, sir. Gone. I bust my ass to get in those movies. I bust my ass to make that music. And it's gone off of somebody lying on me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say.
No, I understand. I understand, brother. I understand. So let me ask you this. It's okay. Take your time. So you go back to jail for the 3rd time. This white detective has it out for you. Okay. When you go to jail this time, is this when you do your longest stint, and how long was it?
Yes. So when they put me back in jail after the cops came to my girl's door with a shotgun, they raised my bail from 1 million to 2 million and added 20 women on my case. This time they got me. The white lady said, "You ain't going nowhere this time, young man," and laughed at me. Laughed at me. So now I'm sitting in court or sitting in jail. They put me, when you in PC, protective custody, that's below GP. So I'm sitting in a dungeon by myself. Imagine, you want to know what jail feel like? Have you ever been in jail, Dr. Umar, ever?
No, sir.
You want to know what jail feel like? If you've never been in jail before, go in the bathroom, cut the light off, and sit there. That's what jail feel like. I mean, I get to go outside for 1 hour for two days out of the entire week. I get to take a shower 3 times in the week. I am sitting in a dungeon in the dark, just sitting there every day. My food is being handed to me under the door. I'm getting a piece of bread, I'm getting a banana, and I'm getting a piece of peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some old milk for breakfast. I'm getting cold food for dinner. My toilet and my water faucet are in the same thing. So the same place I have to go to the restroom, I have to drink water from that to survive.
Oh man.
They treated me like a fucking animal. I'm sorry for cussing.
No,
They
it's all right. It's
they
all
treated
right.
me like an animal, an animal. And they told the media that I'm an animal, and the media believed it. I do not understand why media tears down black men like this.
Mm,
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Shade Room didn't have all the facts.
mm.
Their post ruined my life. So now, fast forward.
But
This
first,
stuff,
let me say this to the Shade Room. And I want to say this to all black media that is out there, particularly the grassroots media, the ghetto media, the mid-range media. You have to be more responsible. Although we understand that slander sells, defamation of character sells, sensationalism sells, gossip sells, but you are messing with people's lives. The media is powerful because it creates narratives that people will automatically assume to be true. And black media, and I can say this, being a Pan-Africanist, the first black newspaper, Freedom's Journal, out of New York City, 1831, I want to say, around the Nat Turner wartime, maybe the 1820s, the first black newspaper was published by Pan-Africanists in America, and the purpose was to educate and advocate. To educate and advocate. If the original purpose of black media is to educate and advocate, why are we slandering black men, slandering black women, promoting the most despicable rumors about one another? The Shade Room, you destroyed this brother's career. You destroyed this brother's career simply because you wanted to get as many viewers as you can, which you felt you could do, and you did do, by reporting a story on him without his version of the truth and without all the facts. That was very, very irresponsible. And I appeal to all black media outlets out there, please be more responsible. Stop being driven by the profit motive. Stop being driven by clicks and views. Stop being driven by AdSense. Stop being driven by advertising. You're supposed to be driven by something much deeper, and that is the liberation of our people. And I'm very disappointed in that. But please continue, my brother. So you spoke at his food, and you would be in jail this time for almost 2 years.
2.5 years, I sat in there.
Let me ask you this, without getting too personal, because when we hear about brothers that this happens to, they come from a family. Your family, your mother, your father, are they still on earth with us? How many brothers and sisters do you have? And what impact did this have on them, if any at all?
My mom, me and my mom don't speak at this moment.
But not in relation to the charges.
Oh, no, not that.
Okay.
She knows I'm innocent.
Okay.
But me and my mom don't speak for other reasons. And me and my dad are just now getting a relationship.
Okay.
Because I grew up believing my dad wasn't shit because my mom told me he wasn't.
Understood.
And I had to get older and have a conversation with my father because it was presented to me. My mom presented it to me that my dad left me when I was a child.
Okay.
As I got older, I finally had a conversation with my dad, and he told me that was not the case.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father had a very unhealthy, toxic relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and they have hated each other for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my mom hit my dad with the, "You gonna disrespect me, you'll never see your son" type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got older, I went to go talk to my dad, and I said, "I would never forgive you for you not being in my life."
Mm-hmm.
And my dad went off on me. He goes, "Do you know the shit your mama told you? It's a fucking lie." But he's yelling at me, but he's crying. So I'm like, what did I miss? Come to find out, all these things my mom said my dad was, he's none of those things. He's a good person. But I didn't have a relationship with him for 25 years because my mom told me that he was a a ain't shit nigga. So while I'm sitting in jail, you believe in God, sir?
Yes.
Let me explain to you why God is real, right? God did so much work on me while I sat in jail. I read books. I studied Tupac. Right? As I'm sitting in jail, I learned to give myself fully to God. I got pissed off at God in jail. I've yelled at God. I said, I hate you, God. I said, God, kill me now. I tried to commit suicide in jail. Have you heard of a medicine called Benadryl?
Yes.
You can buy store in jail. I bought a large water bottle. I haven't told nobody about this, but I don't want to lie or somebody try to expose me for it later. I bought a big bottle of water, and I paid. There's a thing in jail called soups, little ramen noodles. I paid the other inmates to give me their little medicine of Benadryl, and I filled the Benadryl all the way to the top of like a big bottle of water, and I downed it, and I almost had a heart attack because I was trying to kill myself. So I downed that, had a heart attack, woke up from it, thank God. Then I tried to take a sheet. There's like a little hole. There's like a because your bed and your sink is next to each other. I had a very small cell, right? I took the sheet and wrapped it in the corner of the bed, and I took it and put it around my neck, and I leaned forward and tried to hang myself. Didn't work. I felt like the second time I tried to commit suicide in jail, God was telling me, you are not about to die this way. I started reading. I got Romans. I don't know. What side is it? I got Romans
Yes,
tattooed
sir.
at the back of my ear because I read the story with the Roman. God puts his toughest soldiers through the toughest battles, right? I sat. So while I'm in there, I'm getting knowledge. I'm learning. I'm educating myself. November 2020 comes. I didn't realize. I get to court. I haven't realized that my detective had been keeping my phones for 2.5 years. They finally give my attorney the phone. Come to find out, the cop, the racist white lady, deleted all my evidence out my phone to show that these women were lying about the consensual things that took place. He deleted my evidence out my cell phone because my attorney was asking for months. Why do you keep in the cell phone? Give me the cell phone. And she would keep saying, we're still doing analysis. We haven't unlocked the password, all this stuff. But she was keeping my phone and erased it completely to delete the evidence out my phone to show. So when she tries to take me to court and trial, I have no evidence to prove I'm innocent. I get to court. Shout out to my attorney, man. This is amazing, man. I get to court. Come to find out.
And this is November 2020.
Yes.
And this is almost before discharge.
Yes.
Okay.
My bail went from $1 million when I first got to jail. They kept adding charges to me over time. I said, God, you're going to do something. You ain't about to end my life like this. I believe in you too much. My bail rose to $4 million, sir. I'm like, oh, I'm never going home. Because
of what?
Because they kept adding charges. They just kept adding stuff. They just kept adding everything. They did not want me to get out because they knew if I got out, I was going to raise hell about how these people do people, especially in jail. The only people locked up are Black and Latino men. They have it the hardest time in jail. I did not see one white person. I did not see one Asian person in jail. It is dominant Blacks and Hispanics. That's it. Black and Hispanic women take up 99% of the jail system, which is some bullshit. Bullshit. Back to my point. Come to find out, sir. I've had 6 DAs on my case. 6. You gotta understand that. For anybody that's unaware, a DA is a district attorney. That is a person who's supposed to partnership with the detective.
Right.
I had 6 DAs on my case, and they all left my case. That they got my case, saw my status, was like, oh, this should be easy. All these allegations, they didn't have evidence and that the girls were lying. And they said you can't, a DA cannot legally say the girls are lying. They have to remove themselves from a case. They have to be sick, or if they're a woman, they have to be pregnant. That's the only way you can leave a case. So 6 DAs left my case. That means 1 came. Oh, I can't convict him. No, I'm removing myself. 2 came, 3, 4. Why is everybody leaving my case if I'm guilty? Why is the people that's supposed to put me in jail leaving my case? Trial was supposed to start back in September of last year. A week before trial, this woman goes, "Oh yeah, we're ready for we can go to trial if you want to." There's like hundreds of girls on his case. He's a predator. We're definitely gonna win this. My attorney goes, "Okay, we're ready for trial next week." She goes, "Okay, no problem." The week of trial comes, and on Monday, the DA on my case that's been studying my case for 5-6 months that said I was definitely guilty, she's sick and she wants to remove herself from the case because she doesn't want to catch COVID.
This is the DA, not the detective.
The DA. She leaves. Why do you leave my case the week of trial? If you're so confident my life is done and that I'm guilty, because she knows that these girls are lying. Now we get to November. My attorney goes in on the judge. He's saying, "Sir, why are you keeping this man in jail with no evidence of nothing? And he's at $4 million bail and there's 6 DAs leaving his case. This is unjust and unfair. Let my client out now. Let him out at least on bail. You are keeping him for no reason. He's been sitting here for 2.5 years. He's been sitting."
So how did the judge respond?
The judge looked at my case and then looked at the new DA, because after the girl left, the female DA, a new DA has to come in. He looked at it. He goes, "Okay, his bail is $4 million. I have no problem reducing the bail." You got to understand, my heart just dropped. My heart dropped. Like, then.
He said he had no problem reducing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This court system, this jail system is so fucked up towards blacks and Hispanics. It's ridiculous. The judge asked to go off the record. Off the record means that they stop recording, because by law, you have to record everything that happens in the courtroom. The judge told the lady to go off the record, and my attorney and the DA had a meeting with the judge in silence. They're whispering to each other, whispering. I'm hearing, "Okay, this can't get to the media. How do we resolve this? We can't. They come out, "Mr. Walker, this is what the judge told Mr. Walker, this is what we're going to do. The attorney and the DA have agreed that we're going to lower your bail from $4 million to $400,000. You lower my bail $3.6 million, and if you can afford that number, you can feel free to bail out." I bailed out the next week.
And that was when? That was you bailed out?
November. That was right before Thanksgiving.
Gotcha.
I didn't tell the public I was out because I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to readjust to life, all that stuff, right?
And you've been out continuously since?
Yes, I've been out since. I've been out. I posted on social media of my release video on March 5th. So I didn't post for 6 months. I was out chilling for 6 months, trying to get my life back in order.
So the media only knew 2 months ago that you were out?
Yes.
And how have they responded to you?
I posted on March 5th that I was out. Immediately, I got tons of love. I have a very loyal fan base because I've been busting my ass in this music for years. Very loyal fan base. Thousands of comments of people, "Welcome back, King." All this. I'm feeling the love. I'm in a good place. I'm happy. A well-known person called me a rapist without saying alleged, and it caused uproar again. Uproar. When a famous person calls you a rapist, their following feels confident to call you a rapist.
Correct.
I'm getting bashed by girls with millions and millions of followers, getting bashed by other girls who knows another girl who knows another girl.
This started when? March, April?
March 5th.
Okay.
I'm getting bashed by, imagine.
So you're getting the love and the hate. The love and the hate. Okay.
Off of a girl saying this guy is a rapist without saying alleged. I want to shout out a few people because I want to relate this back to Shade Room, but it is very unfair that the media covered. I was on every blog known to man when I went to jail. every acting blog, every movie blog, every TV blog, every music blog, every blog you can
But
think
none
of.
of them wanted to interview you.
When I
They
got
just
out,
wanted to talk about you.
there's a few platforms that show
Did
not show
reach
me.
out?
Yeah. There's a few platforms not show me love because their job is to be unbiased and report news. So there's been there's a content creator named New Jack City. He's actually the guy who introduced us via FaceTime. He walked to you and told you about my story.
Yes.
That name was Tyler. So shout out to Tyler for making the introduction.
Yes, sir.
Made it News TV, Reggie Radio, Go to Lexus, Mob Radio, Hollywood Unlocked. Shout out to Jason. On Site, Raleigh. They all covered my story, whether it was good or bad. They've been covering my story and keeping my name alive.
Has anyone been trying to interview you though directly? Have you gotten requests for interviews?
I did an interview with Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay.
I did it On Site, and I did an interview with Mob Radio, and I also did an interview with Made in News TV and Tyler. Just platforms. So shout out to those platforms for keeping my name alive. Yes. They all do great journalism. But here's my problem. If those platforms can interview me and hear the side of the story, why can't Shade Room? They know Shade Room knows I'm out. They put the narrative that I'm about to be convicted and my life is done. Now that they know I'm out, they seen that I'm out. They contacted my management team about me being out, but they didn't cover when I got out. If you're going to say I went to jail for rape, cover when I got out, because it looks like to the masses, they have 25 million followers. It looks like I'm a rapist who got to jail and I can't get my reputation back till they explain what's going on. But they haven't. And it makes Shade Room look biased towards black men. And I'm mad because I'm a fan of Shade Room. I like their platform. I respect what they do. But it makes me mad them not covering my story and telling everybody what's going on, that I'm out, that I'm off ankle monitor, that I'm walking free right now, and them not putting their story out there is showing that it portrays to me like they're being biased towards black men. And how can you do that to your black men when 50% of your fan base is black men and the other 50
is Shade Room black owned? Is Shade Room?
The woman is black.
The owner
is black.
You sure the owner is black?
Look it up.
Okay. Because the manager could be black.
If she's not the owner of Shade Room, it's the CEO. I looked this up. I don't remember her name, but it's the face, or at least the face of Shade Room is a black woman.
Okay.
So all I'm asking Shade Room to do is interview me, do an Instagram live with me, do something, and let these people know that I'm out free. Don't say I'm innocent. Don't say I'm guilty, but let people know that I'm out. And I'm still fighting my case, but I'm out because they told 23 million people that I went to jail for rape, and the world thinks I'm still in jail for rape, and the world still thinks I'm a rapist.
Let me ask you this. You've been out since November. The case never came to a close. You were bailed out.
Yes.
So where do you stand now? Do you have another case, another court date?
Sir,
where do we go from here?
You're going to be livid when you hear this, right? I went to court. So for anybody that's in here, if you want to know all the details of everything that's going on my page, this is I had a bigger platform. I had like 60,000 on my last page. Instagram took it down because of my allegations. Whether they know it's true or not, they just took my platform away. They silenced me. And they sent me saying something like, anybody with these allegations, we support them on our page. What do you mean don't support? Don't support? You just away my platform because you think maybe I could have done something? Where is that fair? I never seen that in the rule book.
That's not fair. That's no due process.
So my mainstream fans don't even know that I still have a social media because they don't know that this is Caitlin K.R. Walker. So I had to start from scratch. So I made this platform. If you click on the link.
Now, what is the name of your Instagram now?
Oh, Private Vibe. It's the one we're interviewing from right now. That's my official.
Private VYBE.
Yes, Private Vibe.
So VYBE, everyone. Yes. So make sure you click and support the brother.
Thank you so much. There's a link in my bio. It has all my music. I'm surviving off music right now, but not really, because I'm not signed to no label. I lost Man, Umar, sir, I didn't even tell you this. I was in conversation to be the first Black Spider-Man after Superfly came out, and I
Wow.
lost
You were in conversation to be the first Black Spider-Man and
with
lost the deal because of the allegations.
Sony Pictures. I signed a contract with them, a 3-movie contract, right before I did Superfly. My first contract was like 150,000. Second movie, 300,000. Next movie, like 6, 7. I signed a contract with them. After they saw Superfly and the tremendous response I had, I went to the studio, and their owner, or one of the people that was directing the movie, they followed me on their Sony Pictures platform and had a conversation with me saying, "We're doing Spider-Man again, but this time he'll be African American. We'd love to have a discussion with you." Then do you know what that would have?
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
That was next level. That was next level. You was on your way. But don't let that get you down, brother. Don't let the
Man,
setback is a setup for a comeback.
sir, that's easier said than done, sir. You're not feeling
True. I agree.
you're not,
I understand.
not feeling what I'm feeling right now, man. You not. You not. I call somebody. Every people put out my address to my home. I've been getting death threats. I've been being called a dumb nigger. After I got accused of sexual assault, it gave people who are not Black the right to call me a nigger because they see Black people attacking me, so now they feel comfortable to attack me. Calling me a stupid nigger, saying they go hang me. People have stood outside my home in hoodies. I'm getting, if I go in public, someone knows who I am. Someone's aiming a camera at me, something. It got so bad, man. They ran me out of the state of California. I don't even live in California no more.
So let me ask you this, slightly off the topic, but I want to get your take. And then I want you to take us back to the case in terms of where do you go from here? How
Okay.
can people support you? Do you
Yeah.
have another date? But let me
Yes.
ask you this question, because many of these women who have made these allegations against you, many of them are not Black women. So my question is, being a celebrity, being in Hollywood,
Yes, sir.
what is it about the culture,
Yeah.
or would you even blame the culture? But why are so many of our young Black male celebrities so inclined to date outside the race? Is it something about Hollywood? Is it just who they are before they get to Hollywood? How do y'all end up with all these non-Black women?
I'll be honest with you. In this situation, it's not even a race thing. In Hollywood, when you're a man and a woman, you get a large amount of attention on you. There's a validation you feel being around the popular guys and the popular girls. I felt it. I felt it. Different race, white, Black, Asian, Hispanic. There's all type of celebrities in the culture. It's not that we're picking or choosing what race of woman we want to deal with. I feel like everybody in Hollywood just hoes. Everybody sleeping with everybody. Girls are sleeping who they want to sleep with. Guys are sleeping who they want to sleep with. That's why I get so mad. I'm be honest with you. That's why I get mad when dudes be like, girls are hoes. But why are you calling women that when we do that same stuff? We're promiscuous and sleeping with everybody too. You don't have the right to call a woman that because we do the same thing. In Hollywood, everybody's just doing everything with everybody, of every race, of everywhere. Hollywood is you have to have a very strong mind, to deal with that world. People need to understand it's the entertainment business, not the entertainment friendship. When it comes to fame, the more famous you get, if you blink wrong, you on the blog site. You put up the wrong sign, you on a blog site. You wear the wrong shirt, blog site. Sleep with the wrong person, blog site. Anybody that's out there that wants to be famous, if you don't have a strong mental, do not do this shit. Do not do this entertainment stuff. It's a lot of work, and you have to be very strong up here. So it's not even a race thing with this, sir. Everybody's just being promiscuous with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the current status of my case, I just went to court on May 18th, and it pissed me off because nobody picked this up. The 7th DA left the case. It got so bad. The DA sent the assistant, and the assistant told the judge, "Hey, the DA on this case wants to be removed from the case, and for protection purposes, his name does not want to be mentioned to the public." Now, if you're accusing me of Great.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you removing yourself from the case? Why don't you want your name to be told to the public? And this time, the detective is by law obligated to be there every court date since she arrested me. She didn't show up. She did not show up. The woman that arrested me and took my life away did not show up to court. What is that
Wow.
telling you?
She knows she wasn't right.
Yes. So now I announced ready for trial. So if you want to know when my trial date is, take May 18th and do 60 days. It's called 0 to 60. So
Gotcha.
whatever May 18th is, do 60 days. So that's July sometime my trial date is. That's
and
called
what is likely to happen at that trial date? Like, when do you get down to getting these charges dismissed? What's going to happen at the next day?
May 18th, and my trial date is called 0 to 60. It's 60 days. I have a 0 to 30 court date on June 22nd. I go back to court. On June 22nd, two things are going to happen because LA just opened back up. So they can't keep using COVID as an excuse. They're either going to drop my case or they're going to announce trial. But I could be wrong, but I'm going to speak it into existence. They're going to drop my case because there is no way in hell a DA is about to be prepared for a sexual assault case with multiple women in less than a month. So I go back to court on June 22nd to find out if the case is dropped or if I go to trial. But if I go to trial, I can't wait to go to trial. I need you to understand, sir. I'm facing 150 years to life, meaning that if I'm convicted on one charge, I get life in prison. There's 10 women on my case. Everybody been saying 20, 30, 50, 100 on the blogs. Inaccurate information.
And when you say if you get one charge, you could spend life in prison,
because
how
they quadruple stack my charges. These are felonies.
Okay.
So I'm facing 150 years to life total. But if I get convicted on one, I get life. On one person, one. But if I'm convicted on all the people, I have to serve 150 years in jail. Then I get life. I am playing Russian roulette with my life right now. But I feel the case is going to get dropped because everybody's slowly backing off. The accusers are disappearing. The detective, I haven't heard from her in months. They just did a press release or a news release on channel Fox 11 News 2 weeks ago. And the Fox 11 News lady said, we have not heard from the detective. And she sent us an email saying she apologizes, but there was a malfunction in the police system. What does the malfunction mean? That you put an innocent black man in jail and didn't put it into the media that he was in jail on accident without proof? Oops, because they don't want to put that to the world. What they gonna say? Oops, I'm sorry for arresting a black man. Black Lives Matter will lose their fucking mind. So now I gotta fight and tell the world I'm innocent. But guess what? I don't have a platform because they took it away. So now I look like the crazy guy running around trying to tell everybody I'm innocent. If Shade Room does not post what's going on with my case and don't keep it up, the masses think I'm a rapist. The masses think I'm locked up. Movie companies think I'm a rapist. Movie companies think I'm locked up. Record labels don't want to deal with me. Nobody wants to deal with me until Shade Room, the platform, says something about what's going on with my case. So even when my innocence is shown, if they don't cover it, I still don't have any opportunities. I can't even get a regular job no more. Why? Because I'm scared to. If I go tell somebody, hey, you know everybody wants applications filled out. I don't want to put my name on the application because they're going to look up my name and not hire me.
Because right now, those charges are on your record.
They're on my record until right now, I'm guilty until proven innocent.
Because they're on your record.
Yes, when I have no record.
So you're saying that even before you're proven guilty, not you, but hypothetically anyone, once the charge is made, there's a felony on your record until you're proven not guilty?
Yes. And this is the thing. If I go apply for a job right now and I fill out my name, Kaylin Walker, on the paperwork, they do a background check. If you go on Google right now and type in Kaylin Walker, the first 27 pages are my sexual assault allegations. You see no blog coverage on me getting out. You see no blog coverage on my ankle monitor being off. Sir, do you see an ankle monitor on me?
Nah.
Do you see an ankle monitor on me, sir?
No, sir.
If I'm being called R. Kelly, Bill Cosby Jr., if I took advantage of 10 women, why would the court system let me free? I left the country last week to spend time. How can I leave the country if the court system know they made a mistake, but they're not going to tell the media that. And there's a few blogs covering my situation, but the masses don't know. Everybody think I'm still in jail. I want my life back. And people are telling me to shut up and calling me a rapist. If I shut up, you telling every black man to shut up.
Right.
The strongest men are the one that take the most bullshit. I'm gonna speak up and speak my mind and my heart all the time. There's little black kids that's watching me. I gotta tell them you can fight through this. There's grown men, period. Any man that work hard, that bust your ass every day, be careful. If I give up on myself, I'm pretty much giving up on behalf of every man. There's people rooting for me right now. No, I'm not gonna be quiet. Dr. Umar, I've looked at your speeches. When it comes to men, period, what have you told us to do? Be strong, right?
Yes,
Stand
sir.
in your, right?
Yes, sir.
Stand up for yourself, right?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
let nobody bully you. Believe in yourself, right?
That's right.
I'm taking the knowledge you gave me, so I ain't gonna shut up.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna shut up.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the heavens until the world knows I'm innocent, because I want my life back.
That's right.
I want these labels looking at me again, because I love music.
That's
I want
right.
my movie deals back so I can get on that screen. I'm gonna be the best fucking actor you've ever seen in your life. Why? Because all the pain and struggle, I really lived it. I don't gotta act nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
That's right.
When I walked out of jail, all those men, those dudes are never coming home. They told me they facing life. They told me they got life. They murdered people, hurt people. There's men away from their families who are innocent, who can't see their daughter no more, who can't see their son no more. If I get out of jail and I'm quiet, I'm disrespecting all them. There's millions of men that's falsely incarcerated and millions of women who are falsely incarcerated. There's cops in jail touching these women. All you cops that's sitting in jail touching these Hispanic women and these black girls because you know they scared.